Namaste everybody, welcome to thefoundationmethod.com. I'm Cam, the host of the program, and today I'm going to be talking to the first of our exercises on vagus nerve health and vagus nerve releasing or toning or sharpening, as they say, but basically working to massage different parts of the body or stimulate different parts of the body through a set of practices so that we can release the wandering nerve so that it can better help us self-regulate, and then we can communicate with ourselves, with other people, and have a better experience of life. So the first exercise that I'm going to share with you is a basic ear massage. So the vagus nerve, for those of us that don't know, originates in the brain, comes down through the voice box, but also through the sides of the ears, and then goes into all the organs. It's the only nerve that goes from the brain all the way into the body and helps us with all the automatic or autonomic systems like breathing and the heart beating and digestion, and communicates information from the body to the brain and from the brain back to the body. So for this exercise, it's designed to release the vagus nerve through the nerve receptors in and around the ear associated with the vagus nerve. So just this area around here. So the exercise should be gentle and soothing, so not too rough with your old ears, and then be combined with a gentle humming, if you wish, or toning or chanting, which can aid in its effectiveness, because when we hum or tone or chant, that also helps to tone and release the vagus nerve. So it's a good exercise to do before bed when, if you're feeling a little bit over-regulated or overstimulated. But I love all these exercises to be able to be done like during your workday in an office chair like I am now, on the yoga mat before you start your class, before you catch up with people that you really enjoy having a heartfelt communication. This helps you down-regulate and come into a place where you can have that really authentic, vulnerable human connection. So to start with, we're going to start seated in a chair. I'm sitting in my office chair here, and you could sit in a cross leg or a half lotus position on your yoga mat or a bolster. Something that brings the knees down a little bit below the hips is always good. And the first thing we're going to do is test our ears' flexibility. So if you take both of your fingers and just gently pinch on the side of the ears here, and then just flap them forward and backwards, just kind of like Dumbo the elephant, just getting that little wiggle in the ears, just to notice how much room there is. And then you're going to go up and down as well. So just noticing how much room there is. Sometimes I like to hold on to the top tip and pull it up like that, and just notice how much room there is, and then hold on to the bottom of the earlobe and just massage it down. That's a nice little massage anyway, but that just gives you a sense of how much movement, flexibility, how tight it is around that area. Because when the vagus nerve isn't released, you can feel it in the neck, you can feel it in the ears as well. So the next thing that we're going to do is the beginning of our actual manual releasing techniques. So for this one, we're going to find the inner back of the ear hole. So the inner back of the ear hole, the hole in your ear that goes all the way down to the eardrum, and you're going to take your fingers in. So if my hands are facing towards me, and then I just curl the bottom 3 fingers in like little gun fingers, and then place that in the ear, and very gently, I'm going to find the back of the ear and what feels like a piece of cartilage or bone. You'll feel the cartilage as you gently massage up and down there, and you'll feel it shift, and then you can feel also the bone. There's a little like a ridge in there as well, and I like to massage in here. So this is where I first start to feel some of the sensations of the vagus nerve release. So I get a sensation of different flooding of blood through the body. Sometimes I get a bit of a yawn. Sometimes I feel it like just a relaxation around my scalp, or I could feel it as a relaxation down in the backs of my shoulders or down my spine. So yeah, just notice as you do this, if you feel any sensations that feel like a gentle release. And you don't want to do this too hard. You want to make it nice and soft, and go for that for about 30 seconds or so. About 30 seconds per exercise is a good amount of time there. So just about 3 more breaths massaging the back here, and then we're going to release that. All right. So the next one that we're going to do is we're going to focus on the front hole of the ear within the cartilage section. So it's, if you take the hole that goes down to the eardrum, and then you just trace your fingers up, there's a little ridge of cartilage that opens into a pocket, and that little pocket is where we want to focus here. And so again, just little circles or motions up and down. You can go as intuitively as you like here, but just important not to press too hard. So we're not trying to use it as some sort of like acupressure massage. It's just a very gentle moving of the skin over the bone, and the moving of the skin over the bone, of course, with the insertion of some of the nerve tips and the nerve fibers that come from the vagus nerve. And I can already feel that as a gentle relaxation coming in through the tops of the eyes and across my face. So you might go one direction for a few rounds of breath or for 10 seconds, then you might go back the other way. And that's a nice way to release it. So 3 more rounds of breath, just like that. All right. And then the next one that we're going to do is behind the middle of the ear. So if you take your first 2 fingers and go behind the ear to where the insertion is, you'll just feel that kind of middle bone there. And then you're going to place your fingers on there and then just gently massage up and down across that bone. Again, you want to try and feel like you're getting the skin to move across the bone rather than pressing into any nerves as such. And you want to try and get, I almost like to do little circles here as well and travel a little bit across the bone behind the ear as well. And essentially, as you get better at doing this, you'll be able to intuitively feel into those areas that really work for you and just really feel like you're getting a beautiful release. And go through another 3 rounds of breath here, just massaging up and down or little circles like I'm doing. And then the next one is we're going to go up on the top insertion of the ear. Now to get to this one, I build a little bit of a cap, and I do that by placing all of my fingers, 10 fingers, into the middle of the skull, and then the thumb does the work here. And so the thumb hits that insertion just where the ear's inserted, and you want to go up and down on that insertion. And I want to go massage a little bit behind the insertion of the ear, a little bit in front of the insertion of the ear. Again, just so much that I'm getting a nice massage of the skin across the ear, and not so hard that it feels pointed or sharp. If you get any short, sharp pains with anything doing any of these exercises, not that you would, unless you do have some sort of injury there, just back away. And if you get it more than 3 times, then perhaps leave that and go and find out why. As all of these exercises are designed to be changed, modified, depending on you and your personal needs. And then the last exercise is just to go underneath. So again, both of the fingers, and then take it right in that little hole. If you open and close your jaw, you'll feel this little hole, the back of the jawbone, and right underneath the ear. You want to massage there as well. So getting a nice little massage. And I like to even just start working down the back and the inside of the jawbone. So back of the ear and the back inside of the jawbone, around that carotid artery, which is one of the big sheaths for the vagus nerve as well. And that just feels delicious. So being able to release that, even feels like I can hear better. So you'll notice a lot of different little side effects here, but it's supposed to be calming, soothing, and releasing is the intention of this exercise. So go through another 3 rounds of breath here, and then release it. And something fun to do at the end of it is take hold of the ears like we did at the start, and just again have a feel and notice how supple and how much more room there is. So for me already, I feel a little bit more like jelly, a little bit more soft and pliable. And that's translated into a really nice released feeling across my scalp, and a much deeper, relaxed and centered feeling in my body. So there it is, vagus nerve eye massage. I hope you've enjoyed that. Feel free to practice it, whenever you're feeling a little bit stressed out, or when you need to communicate or relate better in life, especially if you've got important meeting or an important conversation to have. and I'll be bringing a few more in this series to you very shortly. And if you want to know more, or if you're interested in practicing me on a deeper level, come across to foundationmethod.com, and there's a lovely free training there for you to come and get invested in. So thank you very much. Namaste, and may we all feel beautifully self-regulated.